This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon.
So the Chicago dudes study trying to basically put the Iowa dudes in a corner. And if you understand what happens when a cat is pushed into a corner, it has no other way but what? Forward. So they have to fight. So now Chicago having all these aggressive dudes, Iowa dudes not being so aggressive, but then they're gonna eventually become aggressive because the Chicago, the head, they head in the head in them. What does that mean? That means I was gonna get violent. So now I'm already understanding this. This would make me start going to school for criminal justice, psychology, and then not being in law school because I already projected that all this stuff was gonna happen. Let me explain to you why. If you understand that in the big cities, they're putting all the blacks, like let's say they're putting them just in this area. In Iowa, in the cities in Iowa, it's not that yet, but it's gonna get ready and be that. So now I told people where I live is only two Walmarts. So now if there's a whole city of 150,000, there's only two Walmarts, you got a 50-50 chance of bumping into one of your ops at that store. Welcome back to Duffle LO Sit Down, and we are still on the Iowa videos. I just showed you guys in the introduction why I started this Iowa-Chicago connection, and it gets very deep because that's 2014. I've been coming to Iowa since 2006. I've been living in Iowa since 2010, and I've just been noticing a lot of things in this 2022. So I want to make you guys aware of the things that I've noticed. It's my opinion, but trust me, I'll show you the proof. But like, share, subscribe, do comment below. Make sure you guys check out the mercy papers down below. Watch the entire video. If you like anything, make sure that you like the video, share the video, make people aware of what's going on. And it's some funny stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see the end of the video that I originally showed you guys. This right here, this me being funny back in the day. I know I used to be cussing a lot, as you guys can see. That's the younger me, although I look younger now than I did then. But that's the younger me from 2014, 8 years ago. I didn't age that much, as you guys can see. But this was me trying to get out of my Chicago mentality, but I kind of was still in my Chicago. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys see. I'm gonna be quiet so you guys can hear it. I mean, that's still my city. I still love my city. I love my hood. Shout out to the hood. You already know 3130 Duffle. You already know what it is, man. AP crazy. But that's all I gotta say, man. Motherfuckers in Iowa, if you ain't never been to Chicago, don't act like you're from Chicago. You've been up here too many motherfucking years. You don't go back to Chicago. Don't say you're from Chicago. Don't be up here confusing these people, man. Y'all still lying, and then they already think Chicago this motherfucking big up here. Like, you think everybody from Chicago know everybody from Chicago? No, just because everybody from Iowa know everybody from Iowa, it's not fucking Chicago. Like, it's because y'all motherfuckers so fucking nosy in Iowa. Chicago so fucking spread it out. Everybody don't know each other. Motherfucker might know a motherfucker that know a motherfucker that know a motherfucker that know a motherfucker that know another motherfucker, know two more motherfuckers. Then they might know that motherfucker. That's how many motherfuckers it is in Chicago. Everybody just don't know each other, so don't assume that. But that's what y'all do. Y'all assume that shit. Like I said, man, if your ass don't go back to Chirac, drop your act. Duffle out. So that was me being on my Chicago, Chicago Rilla, how we get on our bullshit. I was still in that mindset. I was a little young. I was still dibbling and dabbling in the hood, a lot of little things and all that type of little stuff. So, I still had that mentality. I'm out of that mentality now. I'm in law school, as you guys know now. But that's where I really come from. Like, I just wanted to show you guys like the transition. If you watch my old videos, you'll see me transition. And you will see like I was trying to, flip my way out of that. But the reason why I showed you guys this is because a lot of people be acting like they from Chicago that's not from Chicago. And this is what got me on this journey when I noticed this. So I noticed that a lot of people, like I say in the video, like people are moving from Chicago and coming to Iowa, but they're not leaving that Chicago mentality. So I'm understanding that. Now, I'm not saying like it's soft dudes in Iowa and all that. We got some tough dudes over here and over there and over there, but it's not a lot of them. We got some wild little cities or little pockets in some of these cities and towns that's wild, but it's not a lot of them. But the Chicago people and the Chicago dudes was coming to Iowa, and I understand what happened. These dudes is feeling pretty tough here. It's sweet here. Oh, they doing this, they doing this. They don't know this, they don't know that. So the Chicago dudes study trying to basically put the Iowa dudes in a corner. And if you understand what happens when a cat is pushed into a corner, it has no other way but what? Forward. So they have to fight. So now Chicago having all these aggressive dudes, Iowa dudes not being so aggressive, but then they're gonna eventually become aggressive because the Chicago, the head, you know, they head in the head in them. What does that mean? That means Iowa's gonna get violent. So now I'm already understanding this. This what made me start going to school for criminal justice, psychology, and then not being in law school because I already projected that all this stuff was gonna happen. Let me explain to you why. If you understand that in the big cities, they're putting all the blacks, like let's say they're putting them just in this area. In Iowa, in the cities in Iowa, it's not that yet, but it's gonna get ready and be that. So now I told people where I live is only 2 Walmarts. So now if there's a whole city of 150,000, there's only 2 Walmarts, you got a 50-50 chance of bumping into one of your ops at that store. Iowa also has an open carry law and a stand your ground law. So now in the store. So I'm already knowing how the violence is gonna get, and we're gonna get into some of that. Like right now, currently May 22nd, 2022, the city where I stay in, Cedar Rapids, we got 6 bodies so far. So we're gonna go through the bodies and we're gonna, kind of like, condolences to the families and everything, and we're gonna go through it. And I'm gonna show you guys what's going on, and I'm gonna talk about it. So this is Iowa. I want to show you guys, like when I said Chicago, a city of 3 million people, Iowa, a state of about 1 million people. Let me say that again. Chicago, a city, 3 million people. Iowa, a state, 1 million people. So that's why I said in the video, everybody in Iowa know everybody in Iowa, but they think because everybody in Iowa know everybody in Iowa that everybody in Chicago know it, and that's not how it is, because Chicago is so spread it out and it's so big and there's so many people. But even though Iowa is a state, they all know each other because they so damn nosy. And I explain to you what I mean by nosy. I'm going to show y'all a lot. Like these Iowa videos is going to be very long and very expensive because there's a lot of information I want to go over with you guys. So I'm gonna end it right there. Like I said, that's my Chicago mentality for those maybe not think like, hey, he a nerd. Trust me, it was one of them and it'll be some of that. That's just how it was. But that's my past. Like I said, you see my hat, past Kingpin, future attorney. I'll give Kingpin, shout out, that's the hood. AG 130, crazy. So that's all I'm gonna say for this video. I got to really get into it because it's gonna be all about Iowa. It's not gonna go in order. I'm gonna show you the weird stuff in Iowa, the crazy stuff in Iowa, some interesting stuff in Iowa. I'm gonna show you why I say Iowa people so nosy. I'm gonna just give you a introduction to Iowa. That's what I'm gonna say. This is an introduction to Iowa. So an introductory class, if you went to college, it shows you everything. It doesn't go specifically into one area. It just try to grab all the areas and try to like give you little bits and pieces of them. That's what I'm doing this video. So that's all I gotta say for this video. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, donate to the channel. You won't hit me up for something. I'll give Kingpin merchandise. Don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively. No matter what city, state, or country it's in, every hood is the same. And if nobody told you that they love you today, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I love you. This is why I bring you guys this information to make you guys aware of what's going on in the world. So that's all I got to say for this video. See you guys in the next video. Done.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.